Hey guys, question 30. The graph shows a hormone that is involved in controlling the menstrual cycle. What is the hormone? So, when we talk about menstrual cycle, there are a few hormones that you guys should know. First one is FSH, second one is LH, third one is estrogen, fourth one is progesterone. So, FSH, what it does is it stimulates follicle. Therefore, the name is actually follicle stimulating hormone. And LH is called luteinizing hormone, and it does something that's incredible, very important. So, what is the function of FSH? It promotes the growth of the follicle cells. So, even though I just drew one cell like this, it's actually the cluster of follicle cells. So, inside the cluster of follicle cells, there is an egg inside. So as the follicle cells become bigger and it increases the number of themselves, actually, sorry about that. Egg inside the follicle cells also gets developed or it grows bigger. So these are all follicle cells, like this. And LH, what it does is when the egg is matured enough, meaning it has grown enough, it goes out of the follicle cells with few follicle cells actually, and then it goes out of the ovary where the follicle cells were initially present, like this. So this is the cluster of follicle cells with egg inside. And as LH gets increased, or if the LH gets released, then this whole structure goes out of the ovary and goes to the oviduct, or so-called fallopian tube. And estrogen, the function of estrogen is to thicken the uterus, the wall of the uterus actually. This is the uterus wall. And the function of progesterone is to maintain the thickness of the uterus wall. So at the start, what happens is the follicle becomes bigger. It needs to get bigger. So FSH is the very first hormone that gets increased. The concentration of it, of course, like this. So obviously, this is not FSH. And then as soon as the follicle cells and the egg becomes bigger and bigger and get ready for the pregnancy, like hopefully, the wall of the uterus becomes thicker. So therefore the first hormone that does the job has to be released. So the concentration becomes increased by releasing it, and that's the estrogen that does the job. So if I have to, let's say, give an order of the release of the hormone, then if it's FSH first and then estrogen. Okay, I actually omitted O here. Estrogen, and then LH, and then progesterone. So if you guys remember the order, that would be quite helpful for you guys. So And then the LH comes out, it gets released around day 14 like this. And then the progesterone gets released like this. So FSH, estrogen, LH, and progesterone. So the answer here is the estrogen, C. All good?